doing, folks? And welcome back. So, a few little jobs on today. We're just, the smell. I wish we had smelly vision, because the smell of this wild garlic is unreal. It's so overpowering, and tangled up in some of it. Right, we're free. Yeah, as you walk through this wild garlic, it's amazing. Look at it. Brilliant time to be out in the woods. So we've just set one of the trail cams up. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that for a path. That's where the deer are wending their way through. And whatever else. Foxes and badgers, hopefully. But anyway, we've just put the Rio link camera down. I might have missed the boat, to be honest, on this one, because I had it down, I don't know, probably about 6 weeks ago, and there was a vixen knocking about, and it was going in one of the holes. There's only one hole there actually. So I've just come back, put the camera up again, see if there's any cubs knocking about, because it's that time of year, isn't it? It's that time of year when them little ones will be emerging from the earths. So we've put that down, and we're just gonna have a sit down, because it's a fantastic day, beautiful. See what's knocking about, really. But the whole reason for the film is I want to show you a tripod that I've been sent by Ulanzi. So we're going to have a look at that in a minute. The reason I accepted it was that it's advertised as a travel tripod, and I mean, just explaining really the way this vlogging works. Not everyone knows, you know, how they're produced and how we go about making these films. Now, in an ideal world, we take the gear out and we get everything done in one take. So, you know, one of the last films, well, in fact the last film before this one, we was over in Northern Ireland. So I explained at the beginning of the film, we had a really short window of opportunity. I was literally just out for a few hours, and in that particular scenario we managed to get it all done in a wanna. So I had my vlogging kit, obviously me, you know, the big, nearly had the big camera with me, and we managed to get all the B-roll done, all the filming in the space of a few hours. And in an ideal world that happens every time, but occasionally it doesn't. Certain things conspire against you, time, weather, etc, etc. So I have to go out and do a bit of B-roll. Now, for those that don't know what B-roll is, it's the little segments in the film. They're like filler bits, if you will. And invariably I need lighter gear, alright, because we're back on the Z9 and the big primes, and that weighs a ton. It's proper heavy. So if we can make any weight savings with other gear, i.e. the vlogging stuff, it's a massive bonus, because it all adds up, and it all adds up. And so Ulanzi got in touch with me, said, are you interested in having a look at this this travel tripod, carbon fibre, you know? And I had a look at it, and a few other people who've done reviews on it, and it is small, really small, and like I said, any weight savings are a massive bonus. So we got the tripod, and I've had it for 2 months now, and every vlog I've done since then I've used it and I've tested it properly. So it's not like I've just got it a few days ago and a quick look at it and I'm going to sing its praises. But I wanted to test it, do this review, and give you my honest opinion. Now, if it's not up to scratch, I'll tell you. And I like to be honest in the reviews, because on the strength of, you know, people's reviews, people will go out and buy it, and it's not a cheap item. So we're going to park it in a minute. We'll get sat down once I've made my way through all this, and we'll pick a nice spot and have a look at it. Okay folks, so this is what we've come to look at. So it's made by Ulanzi. Now I must admit, when they contacted me, I was a little bit sceptical, because I've had a couple of bits from Ulanzi, the little LED square lights and a couple of cases, and I've always thought that they were kind of a budget brand, and so I were a bit umming and ahhing. Anyway, I had a look at it, had a look at some reviews, and everyone that was testing it was saying how good it was and what high quality the tripod was. So that's what swung it for me. So it's a collaboration. It's Ulanzi and Coleman, and it's the Zero. Yeah. So we'll put the name on the screen now, the exact brand, but all the details and the links will be in the description. So as I was saying before, weight is a massive consideration now, especially when you're vlogging. And look at that. That is the size of this tripod. Now I'll put the sizes on and the weights, but it's literally from the tip of my fingers to the inside of my elbow. It is tiny. I couldn't believe it when it arrived. Actually, I opened it up and I thought, wow, that is really small. So that's the first massive bonus. So you've got a central column. Yep, you can see the column there. It's like a triangular section, if you will. This little lever here, you just open that up, and then that column will slide up and down. So if you want to, you can leave that in. The way it works, once that's locked in, so the head is right down in the cup, if you will. When you sit your camera on there, you have kind of limited movement with the head. It won't offer up its full range of movement. So what you have to do is just open that up slightly, move it up an inch or so, and then you've got the full range of movement with the ball head. Yep, and it will actually go down to that angle, so you can mount your camera sideways. You've got that full range of motion. Nice smooth movement on the ball head. You've got a number of adjustments. It comes with a little quick release plate, so that's generally on my Nikon Z30. It just comes off. There we go. So there's your little release plate that comes with it. Pop that to one side. So tighten it up. You've got that large thumb screw there. You've also got a little level. You get the head to whatever angle you want it to, and again you have a nice smooth motion for if you're doing any panning work. So again, you just tighten that little screw there, and that adjusts the tension on that panning part of it. Okay, so to adjust the legs, that's the first adjustment. Little catch there, press that in, and then you've got 1, 2 adjustments. So if you want to, occasionally, well, a lot of the time, I want to get really low down, get that nice perspective when I'm doing me vlogging and me bits of B-roll. When the tripod is as low down as it will go, this gets in the way, obviously. So you can either take that up, but it somewhat defeats the object of having the tripod legs at that angle. So what we can do, we can actually take this out. So we want to use the tripod as low down as we can. Like I said, we've got to get rid of this center column. Okay, so the way we do that, there's actually a little hook at the bottom. You know what that's for? You can hang a weight off that to give it some extra support. This is actually a tool, so we unscrew that. There we go, and then we've got our little spanner, like a little torque spanner if you will, that will then come out. So this is completely independent of the tripod legs. Now what we have to do, we have to maneuver the head to that angle, and then as you can see there, that allows us to put the tool in there. Very clever design this. And then we just turn it. We just turn it, as you can see there, it's actually coming apart, and then that will disengage from that. That can go to one side. Stick that in your bag nice and safe so you don't lose it. That can go back in the bottom, the tool. So we screw that back in, pop that in the bag. Okay, you've got your legs now, but there's obviously no ball head on it. There's the ball head with the short section. Now that just slots back in. There we go. And then, as you can see, you can get that super low down perspective. So there we go. Quite an ingenious design. One thing you can't do, you cannot change that head. Alright, so if you're buying this tripod and you're thinking, right, well I'm going to put a video head on, or I'm going to put my own ball head on it, with this one, the Zero model, you can't do that. There's no need to. That is a more than adequate head on here. It's really well made, really well engineered, and there's absolutely no need to change it for anything else. There's just no point, is there? But it's just I am well impressed with it, and I've used it a lot. I've used it in the sea for doing B-roll, and there's just not a mark on it. There's, you know, the fittings are all stainless, anodized aluminium, carbon fibre. The legs haven't come loose. I've had so many tripods where the legs have come loose and I'm having to tighten them up constantly. On this one, touch wood, it hasn't done yet. It might do, I don't know, but you know, it's not a big issue, is it? But up to now, it's been absolutely fine. I've not had to tighten anything up. Usually things start coming loose. And as I said before, when I kind of was approached by Ulanzi, I thought it's going to be a bit cheap and cheerful, but it's not at all. It's really impressive. So I don't know what else to say about it really. Only, and I can't pick any faults with it. I've been trying like mad, because you watch reviews and you think, they're just saying it's that good because they've been sent it and it's a freebie. But there's nothing I can't pick up any faults with it. No, it's brilliant. It's a cracking little tripod. Comes in a right cool little case. I never use the case, to be honest. Very, very rarely would I use, you know, if I were, I wouldn't use it. It just gets chucked in my bag, and that's about it really. So yeah, Ulanzi and Coleman Zero Y, I think it's a Zero Y, it is, yeah, you can see it on there. Cracking little tripod, dead light. I say I put the specs on, yeah, a belter. That's as low as it will go. Okay, so it's literally, I don't know what we're talking, that kind of height. So nice low perspective. Let's have a look how high it'll go now. So plenty of height on there. And it's surprisingly solid. It's absolutely solid, is that? Yeah. Again, we want a pan. We've got a nice fluid movement on there. Nice action. We can just lock it off if we want. But yeah. Don't forget as well, I haven't got the centre column in there, so if we want to put the centre column in, that will give us another height. You know, it'll give us another, what, maybe another 9 inch, something like that. So you're up at, you know, eye level. I mean, I'm 7'2", and it, no, I'm not. I'm 6 foot, so it'll be up to eye level, which is ample. Don't forget, it's a travel tripod, you know. Cracking. Yeah, a lot of people who've tested it, they've compared it with the Peak Designs one, and a lot of people think it's better, and it's about half the price. So you can't say further than that, can you? Because you know, they make quality gear. But yeah, well impressed with it. It's standing up to everything I can chuck at it at the moment. It certainly is. So yeah, that's my review of the Ulanzi and Coleman 0Y travel tripod. Excellent bit of kit, really well made, quality materials, clever design as well. Yeah, just slots in my bag, happy as you like. And it's light as well, light, small, does the job, does what it says on the tin. Happy days. Get yourself one bought. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next one.